Hello and welcome back to Jesse's Vintage Garage, and we've got the 84 through 91 Evolution flywheel here on the box. We're gonna work on trying to true this. We got the Tru-ing stand sitting here. We'll go over a little bit with the Tru-ing stand, and then we're gonna take this nut here loose so we can get these wheels to shift so we can try truing it. It's pretty lengthy process, so we're gonna be trying to do the best we can with it. So here's the Tru-ing stand, and we remember the last video we were showing how that the two wheels were offset a little bit, and when we used that special tool and we came across and showed that there was a gap and stuff. Now we're going to get it on the Tru-ing stand here and just see how far off it really is. Right, you want it to be loose a little bit so it slips a little bit. Each one of these marks means two thousandths. 002. So I might say like mark or a mark. That means a mark on here, not 1,000ths. We want it to be a 1,000ths. That's what the maximum.
That's the goal.
That's the goal. So, and then the mother check run out spec, but I think it needs to be better than what it is right now. So, yeah, let's go ahead and see what happens here. Now you want to kind of start the needles out in the center as much as possible. Just makes sense.
You gotta watch this nut on this side because it'll wipe this spring out.
Okay.
Come a little closer.
It's moving a lot. So yeah, like I said, each one of them marks is 2.
Well, if you remember when we tested this when it was in the cases, this was off 15,000.
Yeah, this is not a surprise, really. Honestly.
No, this is not a surprise at all.
From what
So we got. There. So if you're gonna, let's see, this is the furthest over here. So if we're gonna, let's line that up on a mark right here. So let's count. Each one of these are 2, 4, 6.
Oh, just about 8.
Yeah, 7. Probably 7 thousandths. So that's way in here. So that magnifies. So there's probably where you get your, 14, 15 thousandths real easy. Now this side is off 2, 4, 5. Yep, this side is off 5 thousandths. So
yeah. So anyways, we're on the Tru-ing stand with this flywheel because the owner of this wants us to mess with it, make it straight, true it. He did not opt out and just get a different flywheel, which you can do, but this is going to cost a lot less than buying a whole new flywheel when you got all the parts right here.
And there's really nothing wrong with the rod set.
Yeah. And yeah,
and the bearings are good.
Yeah, it barely moves in there. I mean, I could feel it, but so it's a good candidate for rebuilding or repairing or truing. So let's just go ahead. And what we're gonna do is now that we trued it, just like checked it out on here, we're going to release one of these nuts here.
This one over here.
That one, because the other one's keyed, right?
Yep. This one's keyed.
So it doesn't really do much.
I'd like them to be, because it's a lot. Because if I get my gauge, you'll see. Where did it go? There it is. You will see in different places. Oh, this is why the crank pin. Let's get out here a ways, like 45 degrees. See if you look real close here.
Oh yeah, I can see the big dark line right there. That's the gap.
That's that side. Now when we get on the other side over here,
it's reversing.
no,
So
it's the other one, and it's a lot.
yeah.
So we need to bring these. We need to bring these into where this doesn't wobble at all. And when we do that, that'll bring these pointers in real close. And you know, then we might have to move it this way or this way a little. You know, squeeze here,
Yeah,
or
squeeze or
squeeze
wedge,
there,
yeah.
or something.
Yep.
Okay. Crack that loose. We'll get it out of there. Ready?
All right, we're gonna use an impact here to release this nut.
Well, it's released.
There we go. Then we'll use like probably a torque wrench when we go to torque it as much as possible. So now we gotta make sure that it's actually loose, because sometimes they stick. So yeah, it's still stuck.
Oh yeah, I figured it would be. I was just checking to see if it was ever Loctited, and it was not. So I was just checking. Sometimes when people rebuild these, this has probably never been taken apart from factory. I don't know how many miles this motor's got in it. It's hard to say. We're going to leave this a little loose.
All right.
Okay. I'm going to put those
Okay, so right now
sticks.
the two halves can flex between each other, move opposite. You want to have this when we do this next part. So all right, we're going to use our homemade flywheel assembly jig is what we call it. That's what Harley calls it. This tool came out, I'm not sure, maybe like the 80s or 90s, but you don't see this tool in any of the older books. But it's just a simple channel iron piece here with all thread going through. What it's doing is it's lining up these two halves and perpendicularly with each other. So that we
need to have this higher.
That way you have good parallelism with everything. Anyway, I think I got it saved in this book right here. Yeah, right here. Just looks just like that. So we made this a while ago, and this is kind of like we copied it off of this. So yeah, we want to be straight across the holes here, 90 degrees off the crank pin. And then when he tightens this together, it brings, like I was saying, it brings these two wheels in line with each other. So we'll see them move because they're off right now. That once you have that established, what she does now, it will give us the best place to start. So now we tighten that nut up, and we can bring it over to the Tru-ing stand.
And see if
Well, we don't want to tighten it up all the way. We just want to within, like, you know, a good increment so it doesn't shift.
Well, I'm checking this go all the way around.
It should be better than it was before.
It's way better than it was before. Okay, so now we can take this back off.
All right, so we're looking up the specs here for this. We have flywheels to run out. To run out at the flywheels at the rim, 0 nothing to 0 inch.
10 thousandths.
And run out of the shaft at the flywheels is 0 to 2.
2,000.
thousandths. There was something else you were looking at over here. Oh yeah, the torque on the this
Crank pin nut.
yeah crank pin nut. There it is, 180 to 210. So it's stuff to reference right now before we go forward. So let's see where we're at on here.
So we got to get it less than 1. So So this one over here is good.
Yes, we need only one. We can only move one mark. Or
Yeah, it's moving a little bit less than 1 mark.
why didn't it focus in there?
It's hard to focus on that. You need to be on the other side probably. What do we got here? Just a shade over. We got to move this one just a little bit. I think this one needs to move. Got to remember that this is where it's rubbing. Crank pin's here. So where I'd like to be able to make my adjustments, if you got to think about this, you got to know where the number's at, so it's here. So it's telling us we're moving this direction now. So when I put the crank pin at the bottom, it'll be the other way, see?
Yep.
So then we'd have to go to another direction in order. See this side, if I squeeze, see, no, watch there. If I squeeze here, it pulls it that direction.
Okay.
But I'm not so sure which way is. See, when I look this up here, this is where 0 is. And then we're just about 0. Now it's going the other side. Now we're on the other side, so it's, yeah. So we have to determine if we have to wedge or if we have to squeeze to bring this side into straightness.
Yeah, let me get over there once and see that one, because I didn't see it very well.
This side here, we're looking really good. I mean, pretty close.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm kind of figuring out, it's kind of weird, but like when we were messing around with the 56, we were thinking about getting the Tru-ing stand out and messing with it then. But each one of these increments is 2, like we mentioned in the beginning. And I think the panhead is a tire tolerance to this. I think it was like 1.
Yeah.
And that means it'll only be moving like half.
And so is the shovel heads. The shovel heads and the pan heads were all
Tighter.
0 to 1.
Now, this
Maximum.
Evolution, we're talking 2. It can move
Now
one
it's
whole
0
mark.
to 2. So they're saying that this can be wider, evidently.
Okay, but anyway, if we're between 1, I was actually in between 0 and 2, I guess we're good.
Yeah, I guess. But I'm going to try to bring them in closer than that.
Yeah.
I would prefer to be at least panhead and,
Right.
and
Like
shovel head spec.
Right, like I mentioned before in a different video, like this, the truer we have these, the less vibration we have when it's running. So let's just try to do the best we can here. Huh.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
There. So, yeah, we need to squeeze it. We need to squeeze a little right here. I'm going to turn it a little. No, this way. Because I can't get up too high. I know that don't look like it did anything, but now we check it.
No, this is time consuming. It might take a long time to get this just right, but you know, maybe not. We're sitting pretty good at a good start here right away, so.
I like to be lined up at one way or the other. Yeah, I got it at 2. We heard it over here. There. Now let's watch it. It's 2. I didn't quite have that. Whoa.
Oops, yeah, there we go. Get as much on.
Well, it's not really tight, but
No,
it's tight. But there, I think I'm on the point now.
Yeah, as long as you line up with one line, you can see if it's just under a line. So it's
under 2.
Okay.
Barely under 2. And this one's all of 2.
Okay. So you probably could squeeze more then.
Yeah, I could. But it's opposite. It's on this side, right? It's on this side right now. But it's actually this side. So actually what has to happen, this has to be spread over here, or this side has to be squeezed. So we're going to squeeze just a little more. And we'll see what we did. Hopefully we didn't kill this side.
It's still moving one mark. All of the one, 2.
Yeah.
I mean, all of one mark, but 2.
Yeah.
And they're just under, right at 1 mark or 2 thousandths.
So we could call it here. We could call it here.
And then
It's way better than 15.
We gotta check for the 003 right here.
Yeah. And we're going to check this
Yeah, that too.
again. Won't be off there.
You know, whoever had messed with this crank before, it was off, but it didn't really require much to make it true. Really, it seems like
No.
they were real close if they were messing with it.
Or something happened to it.
Yeah.
Maybe it was in an accident and it had an abrupt stop.
Yeah, even
Who knows?
like really beating on the engine can make these shift.
Yep.
Owners and stuff, we don't realize that how much damage we do when we do clutch drops and stuff and burnouts
and wheelies.
So I mean, they can shift those flywheels. Yeah, something's got to give when that stuff happens.
Yeah.
Ain't always the rear tire.
Okay.
So we got a dial indicator on here to check for a run out. It really doesn't show this in the book, but we're using this for another perspective on trying to get the run out here. We need to get 3 on this wheel, and when he spins it around, we're accomplishing that.
Right at 3.
Yeah, so I mean,
And we're right at 2 here.
yeah, so we can just actually.
And we're right at... It's not on a mark. I hate that.
Yeah.
There. Maybe just a shade under.
Yeah, it's on the inside of one and on the inside of the other one, so it's not even moving a full indication.
We're right at 2 on this one.
So now we could just tighten that nut up and
Yeah.
we'd be ready for it to go back together. All right, so we got the press set up and we're kind of ready to torque this down. So we got according to the book here, we have to torque the crank pin nut to 180 to 210 foot-pounds of torque. Then we should recheck for truing and run out. And if either is not within specifications, repeat the truing procedure. So we hope we don't have to do that. So we got the big torque wrench set up for 210 foot-pounds, and then it takes a 1.5 inch socket to tighten that nut up. Okay, so we got the press set up. We have to have a 90-degree angle here. We got to be at the top, and he's gonna go ahead and try to torque this down at 210. Let's see what happens here. It's a lot. Come on. There it is. Wow.
Yep, right there.
Okay. Now we gotta reset these and be ready to check this out. Oh, bad spot?
Well, close as you can get.
Okay, makes sense, yeah. Yeah, because the farther out here, of course that's wouldn't work. But the farther out you get, the more of a...
I don't know.
Right?
Yeah. And the bearing should probably be off, but we don't want to take it off because we're going to plan on reusing it. So
Yeah, it was in good shape, so I mean... Alright, let's see if we got our...
all we really wanted to do is bring this back into view, and we did.
Yeah, we accomplished that.
Now it doesn't move at all, so
And if
we should be way better than it was. Oh, I tightened it so.
Alright, we get ready to spin this now.
Just a minute here. I like to start on them. There we go.
Well, it's not moving. Well, it is, but
Barely.
I mean it's moving, but it's not moving on the scale really much. That side,
Less
okay.
than the thousandths.
All right, we're within spec on both these readings.
I think we're good.
Yeah. Right. Well. Yeah. I guess we got it tight. We got it ready to go here, and it's ready for the next step. Okay, so seeing how we got this all nice and true, and it's really nice and straight, and it works. It's within spec everywhere. We gotta check. We want to check this. I mean, I still feel like the fork rod still has about the same movement feel, and then the actual center rod feels good too. And it talks about over here.
You can't change the center one.
Yeah, you can't change the center one. So over here in the book, it talks about side play between flywheels is 0.005 to 0.025 inch. And if it's past that, okay, it's like on the next page here in this book, it talks about surface wear limits. So when everything starts measuring this, you need to like rebuild. So like on the connecting rod here, side play between flywheels. If it exceeds 0.030, rebuild time. Flywheels, we could look at this earlier, but the flywheels, run out at flywheels at rim. If it exceeds 0.015, rebuild time. Run out shaft at flywheel. If it exceeds 0.003, yeah, that's bad. And then same with it has an indication for end play as well. So we are well within before service wear limits. So
We're at 6 thousandths.
we're at 6.
Yeah, right here.
All right. Well,
I'm pushing it all the way over.
Okay.
And it just gets snug when I push it in there. So it's nice.
All right. Well,
I call it between 5 and 6.
This flywheel is ready for the next step. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. We tried really hard to get this right on, and we did it. And yeah, I hope you come back and to more videos we got coming up. and watch that stuff. But hopefully this helped out anybody who was wondering how to true stuff with the flywheels on these old Harley engines. A lot of things changed throughout the years, but the Evolution was kind of like the last of the flywheels that were actually trued like this, because later engines they started splining everything
And press fitting.
and press fitting things. Like right now, I believe these are press fit in.
Yes.
I think we talked about that. So
And the next generation, these are press fit in.
yeah. So
Like the twin cams in the Milwaukee 8s. They're you don't. There is no truing stand.
this is like a science. I mean, there's a whole big old section on how to do this, and it's really neat. But it's really hard. It's really expensive too to do. So a lot of times people just get new bikes when it comes down to that. So anyway, yeah, we'll see you again soon.